You're listening to the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast.
What is up, everybody? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, The Hot Commodity and C, and today you're joining myself and my own Hot Commodity as we jump into the Attitude Era covering WWF No Mercy 1999. We finally made it to the pay-per-view. And like I cover with all of our pay-per-views, we're going to cover everything October 1999 and movies and music to kind of give you a backstage look. Well, I don't know, but not backstage, set the scene of what was happening.
I was 14.
You were 14? How old was I? 5?
6.
6. So we'll start talking about the top 10 movies from October 1999. Number 10 is The Best Man.
I had a couple of home videos.
Okay.
No. I did have a camcorder, though, that I got when I was like 14. It was fun.
Cool. So yeah, we have number 10, The Best Man. I never saw that.
Best Man? Who's it with? Did it say who it was with?
Yeah, it's with
Like, oh, it's with the blonde guy. Best Man.
It's Tay Diggs and Nia Long.
Uh,
Just before his best friend's wedding, the life of a Chicago writer becomes crazy when his best friend guesses that his new book's story is based on his bride's fervent acts.
I was thinking about who's the blonde comedian. He's kind of got like.
Owen Wilson.
Yes, that's who I was thinking about. Oh,
Number
how do you
nine.
know who I was thinking about?
Number 9 is The Story of Us with Michelle Pfeiffer and oh gosh, what's his name? He was married to Demi Moore.
Ashton Kutcher.
No,
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis. I had to watch this movie during not group dynamics. It was like home and family class. It's about a couple who go through like issues, I guess. Number 8 is Superstar. I like that movie with Molly Shannon. 7 is Blue Streak. 6 is Fight Club. I haven't seen Fight Club.
It's good.
I heard it was good. Number 5 is Random Hearts. I've never heard of. That's with Harrison Ford. He's a police sergeant. They lose their spouses in a plane crash, and they soon discover that their spouses were having an affair with each other.
Oh, good. Let them crash.
Number 4 is The Sixth Sense. 3, American Beauty.
Good. Have you ever seen that? Very good. I love it.
Reminds me of my ex.
And Kevin, why?
Because it was one of the first ones we watched in her. But anyway,
Well, Kevin Spacey, I just saw something yesterday. He's like made passes at men and that were not nice apparently, and he's being sued or something.
number 2 is Three Kings. In the aftermath of the Persian Gulf War, 4 soldiers set out to steal gold that was stolen from Kuwait, but they discovered people who desperately need their help. So George Clooney, Mark Wahlberg, Ice Cube. And number 1 is Double Jeopardy, which you really like. All right, so that's our top 10 movies. Our top 10 songs of October 1999. Number 10 is Scar Tissue by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I feel like I do know it. I just don't know.
I'm sure.
I want to see what it sounds.
Give it away, give it away, give it away now.
Is that it?
No, that's Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, that is the Red Hot Chili
That's
Peppers.
Give it away. I don't.
Oh. Scar Tissue. Do I know this? Yeah. Yep, I know that song.
All their songs sound alike.
Number 9 is We Can't Be Friends by Deborah Cox.
I like her.
Number 8,
She's big in the game.
My Love Is Your Love, Whitney Houston. 7, I Need to Know by Mark Anthony. 6, Music of My Heart, Celine Dion and NSYNC.
Yeah, that was a good song.
5, Unpretty by TLC.
I love TLC.
4, Mambo Number 5, Lou Bega. 3, Heartbreaker by Mariah Carey.
Excellent song. Good
2,
music.
Satisfy You by P. Diddy. And the number 1 song of October 1999 is Smooth.
Because you're so
Santana and Rob Thomas. So that's our wrap up of music and movies of October 1999. I like all those songs. And I haven't really seen a lot of those movies, so maybe I should give it a try. But thank you for trying us out and checking us out. We are covering WWF No Mercy 1999 live in Cleveland, Ohio. And to kick off No Mercy, we have Mideon with Viscera taking on the Godfather with his hose. Last week on SmackDown, Godfather offered his hose to Mideon, but Mideon turned him down for farm animal, which is really weird. The Godfather gets a quick win after nailing the hoe train and getting a roll up. After the match, Tim White dances with the hose. I was always excited to see the Godfather because I knew there were going to be half naked women. And now, as an adult, I'm happy to see him because he's going to reference a lot of pots. We get a promo from WWF Champion Triple H, and then we have the WWF Women's Champion Ivory defending against the Fabulous Moolah with Mae Young. And Jerry Lawler is funny on commentary during this match. Obviously, because Moolah and Mae Young are really old. Ivory drop kicks Mae Young. She dives onto the Fabulous Moolah on the floor and slams Moolah's head onto the table. Ivory hits Mae Young with the Women's Championship. And while that happens, the Fabulous Moolah rolls up Ivory. And we have a new WWF Women's Champion, the Fabulous Moolah.
Yeah.
You were happy for her. You were talking about her legs.
She killed it. That's 70-something years old. And it was almost believable.
Okay. Next up, we have the Hardyz taking on the New Age Outlaws. And this didn't make sense. New Age Outlaws were tag team champions, but then the Hardyz attacked them on SmackDown, leading the Outlaws to lose the titles to the Rock and Sock Connection. So during this match, we see a lot of back and forth action. The end comes, though, when Mr. Ass hits a Famouser onto Crash Holly, and Crash lands on a chair. The referee disqualifies the Outlaws after Road Dogg lands a pump handle slam to Hardcore Holly onto the steel chair. Not a lot to talk about here. Decent tag match, but there was really nothing special or anything behind it, just a basic tag match. Next, we have the WWF Intercontinental Championship on the line, a special Good Housekeeping match. The Intercontinental Champion Jeff Jarrett with Miss Kitty taking on Chyna. These two fought with everything, including the kitchen sink. During the match, Chyna takes a pot that has eggs and flour and she pours it on Miss Kitty. Jarrett applies a figure 4 on Chyna. The referee gets knocked out. Jeff Jarrett hits Chyna with the championship and he retains. However, the referee says the match continues because the Intercontinental title is not a household item. So the match continues and Chyna hits Jeff Jarrett with a guitar. And Chyna is the first and only WWF Intercontinental Champion woman.
Intercontinental Champion.
What do you think of Chyna beating Jeff Jarrett? It was Jeff Jarrett's final night in WWE.
I mean, she kind of had to win because it was his last night. However, I'm glad that they chose Chyna. And if any woman was ever to hold a male title, I think it would be her.
Okay.
You know, like even like Rhea Ripley, like she's really like dominant and everything, but there was something different about Chyna. I think like she just kind of, I don't know, like it was.
She was impressive because she's starting to get a bit more attractive during this time period too.
Yeah,
so.
well, she had a lot of plastic surgery. Like, you know what the most thing, what really made, and I'm not like saying that she couldn't have pretty about plastic surgery, but what really made her a lot prettier and more feminine was she had her chin done, and that made her look a lot.
Poor Chyna. Well, I'm glad that she got the Intercontinental title. And also, it's sad to see Jarrett go, but we'll see him make some appearances later on. He goes on to do TNA, WCW, AEW, all that fun stuff. Next up, we have the British Bulldog taking on one half of the WWF Tag Team Champions, The Rock. And I thought this match would be a lot longer, but it wasn't. The Rock has control during the beginning. He lands a swinging neck breaker. Bulldog slams The Rock into the timekeeper area, and he hits a suplex. Bulldog lands a power slam, but The Rock gets a foot on the ropes, and then The Rock hits a rock bottom and a people's elbow, and the People's Champion, The Rock, defeats the British Bulldog here at No Mercy, ending the rivalry, it looks like. I wish we got more out of the British Bulldog here. He would die in 2000, a year later. But it was good to see him in action here in 99. Next up, we have the Terri Invitational ladder match, the tit for the $100,000. Edge and Christian versus the Hardy Boys with Gangrel in a ladder match. This is the first ever tag team ladder match in WWE history, and was an amazing match. They were pulling off a lot of innovative moves here. The end comes though after Edge spears Jeff Hardy. Both teams fight on the ladders and fall to the mat, and then Jeff pushes Edge and Christian off the ladder, and Jeff grabs the money bag, and the Hardy Boys get Terry's services and the $100,000. What did you think of that ladder match?
It was really cool. It was really cool. I think it's really memorable because it's the first tag team one, and the right people were in it. Like,
Yeah,
they were the original geniuses of the sky.
I definitely recommend checking that match. That match is probably the best match on the whole card. On Sunday Night Heat, we see Mankind has found his book in the bathroom, and Val Venis attacks him. The Rock comes out. He challenges the winner of the main event, and he attacks. And then Triple H, WWF Champion, comes out, and he nails The Rock in the ribs with a sledgehammer. Triple H does not want to face The Rock, it looks like. Next up, Val Venis takes on WWF Tag Team Champion Mankind. This is a decent match. I didn't expect a lot to happen here. Mankind hits a leg drop. He pulls Rocco out of Val's tights, but Val gets him back. Val hits a back suplex onto a chair, and then lands a Russian leg sweep on a chair. Val misses the money shot. Mankind hits a double arm DDT. They both apply the mandible claw, but Mankind ends up fading because Val Venis applies the mandible claw on Mankind, falls, and as a man, that would hurt. So Val Venis gets the win. However, after the match, Mankind is able to retrieve Rocco back from Val Venis. Next up, we have a fatal four-way elimination match. Kane versus X-Pac versus Faarooq versus Bradshaw. Bradshaw gets eliminated first after Kane hits a choke slam. Right after Kane hits Bradshaw with a choke slam, X-Pac lands a flying, spinning heel kick and pins his tag team partner Kane. Kane is gone, and then it comes down to Faarooq and X-Pac, and X-Pac hits an X Factor to Faarooq. X-Pac is the winner here in this fatal four-way, and X-Pac proved to be he can hang with the Giants, I guess.
I feel like that match was made for X-Pac.
Mm-hmm.
So it was either he was going to win or he was going to like a big idiot. Like, his whole thing was that he didn't want Kane like baby.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like I get it, but it's like he's tag teaming with a super heavyweight and one of the biggest wrestlers of all time.
Yeah.
And like he's obviously gonna have to go up against other people that are like that. He was 90, so Kane had to step in. Like X-Pac was good and he held his own, but he needed Kane.
Why wouldn't you want Kane is my question to help you out.
Right.
We've come to our main event, the WWF Championship on the line in a no-holds-barred match. WWF Champion, The Game, Triple H versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. We see them, Austin attacks Triple H with a trash can. They fight in the crowd. Austin hits Triple H in the face with the boom camera. Austin lands a stunner to Triple H, but the referee is knocked out. Triple H lands a pedigree to get a 2 count. Austin slams Triple H onto the announce table, and Triple H starts to bleed. Triple H lands a chop block, attacking the leg that he attacked at SummerSlam. Triple H grabs a steel chair, but Austin ends up hitting Triple H with the chair and lands chair shots to Triple H's legs. Triple H lands a low blow. The Rock runs down with a sledgehammer, hoping to get revenge on Triple H, but The Rock fucks it up. Triple H moves, and The Rock accidentally nails Stone Cold Steve Austin in the chest with the sledgehammer. Triple H pedigrees The Rock, and he pins Stone Cold Steve Austin. The Game, Triple H is still our WWF champion. After the match, Stone Cold Steve Austin attacks Triple H backstage, but Intercontinental Champion and Chyna and WWF Champion Triple H leave in a limo. Triple H escapes with the championship thanks to The Rock, unfortunately. What did you think of that match? And The Rock crossing Austin.
Yeah, I mean, they were kind of that kind of thing is like was famous for happening then, and it still happens. Like it's a good storyline when somebody's trying to do the right thing or they're trying to help somebody, and unfortunately it goes wrong and the face gets hurt. But yeah, it was because like I feel like fans probably fans like to see tag teams and factions and people get together, and I feel like maybe people would get excited about The Rock and Austin teaming together, and they had to kind of tease it because I think they do team together at some. So I think WWF kind of likes to tease those things and then get it to where it's almost going to happen, and then if something goes wrong, But yeah, it was a good main event.
What did you think of the show?
It was good. It was a classic attitude kind of. It wasn't the greatest. Honestly, I thought it was going to be a little bit.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
It wasn't terrible.
What was your favorite match and least favorite? I like the Chyna and Jeff Jarrett.
I did. I liked that.
Edge and Christian, the ladder match.
The ladder match was good. I liked the main event, of course.
I feel like they shouldn't have done the Mideon and Godfather match. That really,
that was
dumb. That was my least favorite match.
It came out like Vince McMahon did not like Mideon. And there was a lot of heat on him in the locker room because he really hurt the Undertaker and caused the Undertaker. Remember when the Undertaker? Viscera. Oh, right. But Mideon's always with him.
Yeah. Well, his name was Mabel at the time, so that's why you.
And he really that's why the Undertaker had that famous
mask. Yeah, because he put his face.
I guess that Vince was going to fire him, and actually the Undertaker stopped.
Put him in the group.
Yeah, but I feel like he always kind of got the shitty end of the stick after that. He never really. But I don't think he could have been a main event.
No, we're talking about Viscera here.
Yeah, he wasn't in shape.
Well,
that match definitely could have got.
1999 was full of characters, especially characters like the fuck Farman.
And what is the next pay-per-view?
Survivor Series.
Okay.
In 1999.
So that's gonna be good.
Yep.
We still have Survivor Series. We still have a WrestleMania.
Well, we have Survivor Series, and then we have Armageddon, and then we're in 2000.
Oh, so there's only 2 more.
And we're entering the new millennium.
All right.
So with that, we've covered No Mercy 99, and we just said we'll be covering all the Raws and SmackDowns leading up to Survivor Series. Be covering that.
Armageddon was Undertaker.
Kinda. Yeah, he's on the cover of it, but he doesn't appear. Well, until next time, we've covered this Attitude Era. We'll be watching more. Watch along with us as we keep on covering the Attitude Years. Stay safe and stay uncensored.